Girl, not me pull out the sweater. It's only like, child, it's still hot. It's only like 80 something degrees down here in hot Miami, but it's a little windy today, so I pulled out my little Scully and my cute little sweater. And yeah, it's a little windy. It feels good. Is it cold where y'all at? I know northern states it's probably a little cold right now, but we still down here a little hot. It's just cool today. So I put on my little sweater. Hope y'all like it. And of course my cookie Scully. I love my Scully. Always come in handy when I, just wanna run out real quick or whatever. And it's cute. I love it. So I don't even really know where to start with this story time here. I don't know. I'm just gonna start somewhere and we just gonna go from there. This story is gonna be about a friend, like a former friend of mine. You know, we're just gonna say a friend. It's a little personal, a little deep to me. That's the reason why I named her in this story time. We're gonna call her Allie because I think the name Allie is so pretty. So we're gonna name her Allie in this story time, y'all. And this was a good friend of mine, and she's very special to me. And yeah. But before I get into all of that, y'all, if this is your first time clicking on my channel, hey, welcome. I am Londa. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, like the video, leave a comment down below. That will help me grow. And hit your notification bell so you can keep up with me and know when I upload. And let's do what it do. So me and Allie, y'all, we have a long history, let's just say, from when I was a child, like a little girl, a child. Very good, dear friend of mine, very dear to my heart. A lot of history with Allie, a very beautiful person. Um, I grew up with her, right? So I'm just gonna get to this event that I want to tell about with Allie because it's a lot more to come. But like I said before, Allie is a beautiful person, y'all. Very bubbly personality. She's very funny. She gravitate people to her. Like people just love her energy. She's very funny. What else about Allie? She's herself. She dress how she wants. It doesn't matter. Like she just very confident in herself. I think she uses her way of dressing to express herself. She dressed different, let's just say. And that's Allie, y'all. I've known Allie all my life pretty much. Very good friend of mine. So around this time a couple years ago I had my own apartment, and so Allie would come over from time to time. My girl, we would hang out, right? So this night I believe we went to this place to play pool. We would always go play pool at this spot. Love this spot. Very like tight. It's kind of small little place. They have food, pool tables, they have the TVs in the bar. You get the vibe. And me and Allie would go there all the time. So Allie was at my apartment one night, excuse me. And we got dressed and that was on our list. Either we go to play pool at this spot or we would go to this little hole in the wall club that, you know, it was one of the two. So Allie comes to my house, my apartment, and we discussing what we're gonna do. So we decide to go to the little hole in the wall club, right? And this club, you didn't have to be like a 21 and older to get in, or even like you had to be like 18 and older to get in there. It was pretty much a lot of young people. The older crowd didn't really come to this hole in the wall. It was more for like us younger people. So this spot was jumping. Like the drinks was free. You would go to the bar and ask for a Hennessy. It might have been some E&J. It could have been some Paul Masson. Like it could have been one of those, and they would pass it off to us as Hennessy. And the drinks was free all night, so nobody questioned it. Like I think admission was free. Um, yeah, it was free. I think the guys had to pay maybe $5 or $10, some little small fee, and the women we were free like all night. So that was like the little go-to thing in our neighborhood, in our area down here, like in our county. Period. So I think me and Allie decided to go to the little hole in the wall spot. We get dressed. Now, even to this day, I be looking toe down on my days in the house. I work from home. I don't get dressed, child. I wake up, brush my teeth, hydrate myself, take my vitamins, set my computer up in the living room, and I get comfortable and I start work. I do not put on nothing. I have on what I have on. Hair look how it looks. But when I step out the door, I tend to want to look a little decent. So I do my hair and I put on my little outfit that I put together, and I love my smell goods. I put on my perfume. So she already like came dressed. Like I told y'all, Allie expressed herself through her clothing. So I'm not sure what Allie had on that night. I just know we were dressed. Probably a dress. She had on some jewelry, had her hair done, some sandals or whatever, because we was never heel girlies. So I'm still not a heel girly. I have a couple pair of heels now, and I cannot walk in them. But probably had on some cute little sandals. I remember what I had on this night. I had on a black bodycon dress. It was like stopped a little above my knee. I had on some tie up sandals that come around the ankle. This dress was long sleeve and it was like a turtleneck, y'all. I love my turtlenecks. Wearing turtlenecks down here, child, hot. But I had on this. It was a black turtleneck. I had on like some big gold jewelry. I am a girl, a gold girl. Like I don't like silver. I love gold jewelry. So this big gold chain. As y'all can tell from previous videos, I am a hoop girly as well. Had on some big gold hoop earrings. Hair, always wore my like natural hair. I had a big puff in my hair. Very cute. I thought it was very simple, but very cute. Me and Allie get ready to go. I didn't have a car. Allie drove. So, of course, we rode in Allie car. So, Allie's like, I drive, and boom, that's what it was. So, we pull up to the after hours or whatever, the little hole in the wall spot, parking lot on Swole as always. Luckily, this night we got to pull in the front. Maybe someone had just pulled out or left when we had just pulled up, but we was lucky. The parking lot was full, but we was like, we got to pull right in the front, y'all. So we never just pull in a spot and just hop out. We always pull in the spot. We got to scope the scene out, check what's going on. Sitting there for just a minute. She fixing her little, we don't wear like hard makeup. Sitting there fixing her little makeup. I'm sitting there fixing my mascara, putting on my lip gloss, because that's all I knew how to do. Had on a little lip liner, just in there, just vibing. We never just rush and get out the car. We wait a little bit to see how much the traffic gonna pick up. Just sit in the car and just chill a little bit. So we do that. Maybe 15 minutes go by. We see these nice, handsome guys. So, of course, they put a battery in our back. So, we like, oh, girl, let's get ready and go. We put our smell good on and we get our purse and we go in line. So, the line is long. The line is long. I won't say wrapped around the building, but it was like a good 30 to 40 people in line, right? So, me and Allie, we walking up to this line. And as we're walking up to this line, honey, almost everybody is looking at us like and I won't say like looking at us like like flirting. I'm saying they just was staring at us. Like as we were walking to go to the back of the line, they were just looking at us, especially the girls. Like it was weird. So me and Allie, we like talking amongst each other, and we examining them. They looking at us and we looking at them. And I'm looking in the crowd and I'm like, wow, these people, these girls, they had on like basketball shorts, sandals, just t-shirts, hats. Nobody put in effort to the club. Like they didn't have any kind of style to themselves. Everybody looked like they just rolled out of bed and she just came to the club. That's what they was giving. They just rolled out of bed and just came in line to this club because they was getting it free. So I put two and two together and I'm like, Allie, maybe these people looking at us because maybe we overdressed, girl. Like I'm talking about me and Allie was dressed, honey. We had on our tight dresses, honey, with our gold jewelry. We was styling. And everybody else, it looked like the guys just came from playing basketball. The girls just rolled out of bed, honey, and just took their bonnet off, didn't brush the wig, nothing. Just we was really overdressed. I won't say to them we were overdressed, but we was styling, honey. So me and Allie is in the back of the line. We're just minding our business. We can hear the music from inside out. So we in line. We like, dang, this line need to hurry up come because they playing my song up in there. So we in the back of the line minding our business, So we chilling. And so I see this guy. He was in the front by the security. And he just was looking at us. Everybody was looking at us. I didn't think nothing of it. So this guy, he came and he started walking to the back of the line to me and Allie. And Allie just started, like I told y'all, she has a very bubbly personality, very open, like girl. She just, Not to mention Allie was like, she's like 7 years older than me. So she didn't act like it though. Allie do not act like she's 7 years older than me. She's very much on my level mentally. I feel like she didn't offer much, like, this is just a side note, y'all. She didn't offer much advice, like womanly advice. She didn't like give me pointers or anything. She was just very much on my level, like age wise. So that's just, but she had a very bubbly personality. She got along with a lot of people. And so this guy started walking to us while we're in line. Me and Allie, she started talking among, like, whispering to me, "Oh, this guy, who is he? Oh, he a little old, like, you know how us girls do, examining him while he walking up to us." And I'm like, "Yeah, Allie, he look a little old. Like, I don't know about this one." So he approached us eventually, and he was like, "Y'all dressed nice." And I'm like, "Well, thank you," because we feel like we're a little overdressed. And he was like, "Absolutely not." He was like, "You and her, y'all look nice. Like, if you actually took time to put y'all stuff together, like y'all did, y'all look really nice." So man, Allie, we blushing. So we like, "Oh, thank you." Like, a good compliment, thank you, Um, because everybody was giving us a side eye. So we talked to him for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, he was a little into Allie. He was like, she's older than me. So uh and he's an older guy, so them two naturally was talking more to each other. So I'm just in line, and then like 2 minutes later he was just like, "Y'all follow me." So we follow the old guy in the club. Like, he took us from the back of the line to the front, and we walked right past the security guard like it was nothing, honey. So me and Allie looking at each other like, "Girl, what's going on?" Like, okay. So we walk in the club. Like I told y'all, it was free. We didn't, if we did have to pay. Oh, the old man took us in there anyway. We walked to the bar. I get my Hennessy and Coke and my, oh shit. And so my friend, Allie, she wanted the same thing because we were dark drinking girls. We cognac drinkers, y'all. We love, like, I love brown liquor. I don't do the white. I can't do the white. If I do have to do some clear liquor, it has to be like a tequila, like a Patron, or like, it can't be no vodka. No, thank you. We get our little drinks, and so initially me and Allie was just standing around, and mind y'all, the old guy was standing with us the whole time. Just, it was kind of getting creepy a little bit. So he was like, like, "I own this club." He was like, I'm like, "Oh, for real?" And Allie, she was like, "Oh, for real? What's your name?" We had not asked this man his name while he was outside. I think I told you earlier, he asked us our name, but we didn't care to ask his name at the time. So she was like, "Oh, what's your name? And how long you been owning this spot, and this and that." She's very talkative, and I'm just there. So he eventually started leading us to this part of the club. And it was a section, y'all. It was nobody in there. It was like this big round section. It was like you had to walk up like a little, like 2 or 3 stairs. It was a section in the middle of the club. It was like a raised a little bit above everybody. And he told us it was ours. Like, the old guy, he opened the gate and he told me and Allie to sit there. So now me and Allie is just sitting in this club. It's dark. People is down below us staring at us like so weird. The old guy was sitting with us. It was I don't know. Him and Allie, the conversation kind of died. I don't know where or how, but I just remember sitting there looking cute and looking at them, and they wasn't talking to each other no more. So eventually, the old guy get up and he leave out of the section. So what me and Allie should have did was get out of the section and invited other people that's in the club to come in our section so we can turn up, right? But we didn't do that. We just was, child, antisocial. I don't know. We would have been better off on the floor, like, just it's just standing or walking through the crowd like we normally do, dancing and drinking, because it was very awkward sitting in that section and everybody was just staring at us and we were just sitting there looking cute. Not gonna cap, but we didn't take advantage of that situation. But eventually, we just got up and we left out of the section. We pretty much aborted that abort ship, y'all. We left out the section. And I don't know if other people went into the section, but me and Allie left. We warming through the club, walking through the crowd. I see a couple people that I know. She see a couple people she know. It's always this one guy in this club. I don't know about y'all club or y'all after hours, but it's always this one guy in the club that just be drugged out on his choice of whatever, and everybody in the club knows who he is, and everybody in the club is just immune to his activities, and everybody he does what he do, and it doesn't affect anybody because he does this every week. So we laughing at that somebody in the club because he does this every week in the club, like just be crawling on the floor, child, just back flipping, eyes rolling in the back of his head, and everybody just be dancing, looking at him, because it's so normal for them. The security don't even kick him out, y'all. Like, so we laughing at that. And then, time winding down, so we eventually was like, do you want to go to the spot to go play pool? Now, mind you, this spot closes very late. So I'm like, yeah, I'm down. And we already a little tipsy, y'all, because the drinks was free. I'm not going to lie. I had like 2, 3, maybe 4 of those little fake Hennessy and Cokes. And she was drinking. Allie was drinking. Very responsible. What I always say. Don't be like me. Be better than me. I'm telling these story times. For one, it's entertaining, and for two, it gets off my brain. It's like a release to me, y'all, because y'all is like my YouTube friends. Like I have some YouTube aunties. I have some YouTube sisters, y'all. I have people that message me and help me and write me. Like, y'all very helpful. Like, I'm hoping I'm helping someone else out there by telling my experiences and my stories, because y'all help me. I love y'all. So we leave, okay? We do sit in the car. We don't, just how when we pull up to the club and sit, we sit in the car before we leave as well. We sit in the car for maybe 10 minutes talking. You good, girl? I'm good. You sure you good? I'm good. We drinking water. You know what I mean? We calm it down just a little bit. So we sitting there and we like, okay, we want to go to the pool spot. So I'm like, okay. Now, we've eventually gathered up our demeanor and we're pushing to this spot, right? So we get like halfway to the spot. Now, mind you, it is very late. It is maybe like 2 in the morning. I want to say 1 or 2 in the morning, something like that. So the streets is very bare. It's just street lights and freaks come out at night. That's all that was out that night. Nothing but street lights and freaks, right? So we like halfway to our destination to go play pool. And so we're at this red light. Now, one thing I forgot to mention about Allie. Allie is, very, is promiscuous the word? I don't think, I gotta Google that. Let me Google that, hold on. Is I'm saying it right? Promiscuous? Because that's what I want to say, promiscuous. And if I'm wrong, don't laugh at me, laugh at your grandma. Okay, I'm right. Yep, that describes her. Promiscuous. She was very promiscuous, young lady, and she was very flirtatious. Clock my, clock it, clock the vocabulary. No, I'm just playing, but she was very flirtatious, y'all. She would flirt with her eyes when she seen someone she liked or like a man she found very attractive. Allie would She would grab them in with her eyes, y'all. She was very flirtatious. When she found you attractive or she wanted you, you knew it. That's how Allie was. She had that very gravitational personality about her. So we at this red light in the car. So of course she driving and I'm in the passenger seat, windows down. We at the red light. Nobody's at the red light. Somebody pulled up to our right. The right. Because she's driving, I'm on the passenger side, so he pulled up next to me. So I look at the guy, and I'm like, okay, he all right, he cool. So I look at Allie, and Allie looking at me, she was like, oh, he fine. So I'm like, damn, he all right. So he have his window down, too, and man, she's very flirtatious. So I'm sitting there chilling. Allie is looking at this guy on the other car, and she's staring him down. I'm talking about she can see his soul. She is looking this guy down in his soul. And I'm just there. I'm like, oh, goodness, because I just know how Allie is when she just can flirt, y'all. She can flirt. So I'm like, damn. So he's looking at her. He's looking at me also. And I'm looking at him. It's like all of us talking with our eyes. Like, who is you? Who the fuck is you? Who is you? Kind of energy. So I'm looking at him. He looking at me. She's staring him down. He occasionally looks at Allie. And I'm trying not to make eye contact with him, but every time I look at him, he's looking at me. So she's flirting with him like hard. She's staring at the guy. And so I'm like, Allie, you want to talk to him or whatever, whatever. Somewhere of those lines. So Allie told the guy that was in the other car, she was like, what's your name? And he told her his name, and he was like, yo, pull over to the gas station right there. So at first I was like, oh hell no, like we not finna go pull over to this guy, like we don't know him. So she was like, let's just go over there because he fine. I want to talk to him. I want to meet him. She was girl. So I'm like, okay, just pull over to the gas station. So we pull over to the gas station. And he pulled to a pump, she pulled behind him. And he gets out, y'all. So he gets out and I'm like, well, he tall, he look good, he look handsome or whatever. So she was like, oh shit, I know you, blah blah blah. So she called out his name. Let's just call him Red Light. I'm gonna call him Red Light. So Red Light was like, what's up, Allie? I ain't see you in a long time. What's good, sis? What's good, mom? Like, and she was like, Allie was like, I ain't see you in a long time. Where you been? How you been? I ain't see you since this and that and that. And I'm just standing there like, I eventually get out the car and I'm just standing there just looking at them like talk or whatever. And I'm like, so I can see while he's talking to Allie, I can see he occasionally looking at me. And it made me a little uncomfortable because I wasn't really digging him, that Allie was eyeing him, so I don't know about y'all, but once my friend girl show interest in a guy, it's like a for me. That is nasty. So I wasn't really, he kept staring at me and I wasn't trying to make eye contact at this point. Why? Because I can tell Allie, she liked him, so them two talking, they catching up, woo, 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 woo. And I'm standing there looking cute, 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 cute. I'm just playing. Just standing there, partaking in the conversation a little bit. After like 10 minutes of us talking in the parking lot, he was like, where y'all just come from? We tell him we just come from the little club and we finna go play pool. So he was like, oh, damn, like, y'all want to go to the I'm finna go to the hotel with my homies and stuff like that. Do y'all want to come? So I was in my head, I was like, nah. I'm like, I want to go play pool. I instantly had jumped in. I was like, nah, I want to go play pool. Allie was like, oh, where your hotel at? So I'm like, no, I want to go play pool. Like, I was pretty much trying to tell her, like, this your friend. Like, y'all could talk on your own time, another day. Like, I want to go play pool. This is what we left the club to go do. I want to go play pool. We don't know these guys. I don't know these guys. You haven't seen him and I don't know how long. I want to go play pool. Let's stick to the plan. So, he was like, my hotel is like this far away, this amount of miles away, blah, 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 blah. So, Allie was just excited. She was like, oh, that's only like 6 minutes from where we at right now. Like, and she kept looking at me. She was like, you want to? I'm like, no, I don't want to go. So she was like, I know him though. Like, he cool people. Like, and girl, he fine. Like, I ain't seen him in years. He look real good now. Like I want this. Like, let's go hang out with them. So I'm like, okay, all right. I'm with Allie. He seemed like they know each other. This is not just no stranger. It was a coincidence. We were at this red light and she just happened to, this is the big city, but a small city at the same time. So I'm like, cool. She know him. No pool tonight. We can go kick it with him and his friends. And this is what we're going to do. So I'm like, okay, cool. So he was like, bet, follow me. So he get in his car. He pulls off. We get in her car and we follow him to the hotel. So we're driving down the street, y'all. And, I'm like, Allie, this don't seem like no Airbnb-ish, hotel-ish area. Like, I don't know what this seemed like motel area. You know what I mean? Everybody have that. Everybody know that area where you go for them exotic motels. Like I call it in the previous story times, them hunch motels. Yes. Yes. Every city has the area where they have them hunch motels. And yeah. So we was approaching that area. So I'm like, Allie, this is not no hotel area. Like, where are we going? So we still following red light. So we eventually pull into this hunch motel. So we in the parking lot. And I'm like, Allie, this is not a hotel. Like, Like, what's going on? Now, he did have one of those rooms where he had like the private little whatever, private garage, private whatever. So we park our car. He parks. He gets out. So I'm like, okay, Allie, like, I kind of want to go play pool. Like, I don't really want to do this no more. Like, so can we go play pool? So she wanted, when she have her eyes set on something, y'all, you cannot stop Allie. Allie is very flirtatious. I don't know if y'all ever met some kind of person that was just flirtatious, and nothing you could do to get their attention away from that person, that they just be, I don't know, she be starstruck. And when she get in relationships, it's like you don't hear from her. She's one of them kind of people, like, she's just, I don't know. She just wanted to hang out with Red Light and his friends. So I'm like, okay. I just kept giving them. I'm like, okay. So I did get a little mad, but at the same time, I don't think Ubers was out around this time. This was years ago. I don't think Ubers was out. Maybe taxis, or if Uber or Lyft was out, it probably was like the first year they started or something like that. I don't know. I was mad. I wanted to leave, but I didn't have any other means of transportation. It's like 2 in the morning at this time. So I'm with Allie. I'm thinking I'm good. She know this guy. I'm thinking I'm good. So we get into this motel room, y'all. And I'm looking around because I get nervous around a lot of people. So while we walk into the room, I'm prepping myself to speak to people like, hey, what's up? What's up? We walk in this room and it's nobody. It's just quiet. It's just LED lights and strippers on the wall, like pictures and stuff. It's nobody. So I'm like, here, peculiar. So I sit on the edge of the bed. It was like twin beds in there and stuff like that. So I sit on the edge of the bed. She is up red like Tootie. Like, she is up his behind. Like, she was feeling him so hard, so fast. And I'm sitting on the bed. They sit on the bed in front of me. They cut on the TV. Some game was on, or probably a replay or something like that. I don't know. I remember sitting on the edge of this bed and I was just so uncomfortable. I'm like, I want to go home. Like, I don't want to hang out with Allie no more. Like, cause she's into this guy that we just met at the red light. Like, she loved red light. Like, we just met red light like 30 minutes ago. What's going on? Like, she was up his patootie, y'all. Like, it was crazy. So I'm sitting on this bed and them two on the other bed talking. And now I'm not gonna lie, the energy started to change because, remember, like, even at the red light when he pulled up, she was talking to red light, but he was trying to talk to me. When we was at the gas station, when she was in front of him talking, he kept making eye contact with me. He just kept trying to make contact with me, kept trying to talk to me. So him and her is on the bed in front of me. She's all into him, trying to talk to him and stuff like that. A girl that's just starstruck. And he's trying to talk to me. He was really into me. And I noticed every time he would try to talk to me, I would respond. Allie would get a little attitude. She would get quiet. I noticed that. So I would try to ignore red light. Y'all, I'm just always put in some weird situation when it comes to women and men. I don't know. I'm just always I was always put in some situation like that. So I peep game. I could feel that she getting a little mad by that. So I'm trying to ignore red light. Red light is into me, y'all. He was trying to talk to me. I'm responding back. I don't want to be rude. So I asked Red Light, I'm like, where your homies at? So he was like, oh, they had went off. They said they was going to be back. Whoop de whoop. Some bullshit ass lie. He lied. I feel like he lied. He never had no friend, guys. I feel like he already probably had a little motel room, or he probably went and paid real quick. My man Allie didn't see. I don't know, but he ain't had no friends, y'all. So he made some little bullshit story up. And I'm like, okay, cool. So Allie's still sitting next to him quiet at this point, because now me and Red Light is conversing back to back. And she's just quiet, y'all. And so she started playing on her phone. And so I get quiet so that Red Light can continue talking to her. Guys, he come on my side of the bed and he's sitting next to me. So he's talking to me. He was like, so who you is to Allie? Like, how long y'all known each other? what y'all did tonight? Did you enjoy your night? Do you have a boyfriend? Y'all, when he asked me did I have a boyfriend, that did it for Allie. So I get up and I walk to the bathroom. I started going to the bathroom. I try to throw off the energy. You know when you peep something, and I just try to throw the energy off. So he asked me, did I have a boyfriend? Allie gets quiet, mad. She's on her phone texting. I go to the bathroom so that he can continue talking to Allie. Y'all, so I'm in the bathroom. I'm doing this on purpose to stall. So I'm in there like 5 minutes. I come out of the bathroom. She's like gathering her things, right? So I see her grab her purse. At first, she got comfortable. Remember, I told you she was on the bed with him. She had her shoes off. She had to put her purse down, child. Took her big hoop earrings off. I come out the bathroom. She putting on the earrings, getting her purse, putting on her shoes. So I'm like, Allie, what's good? What's up? We leaving? So she was like, yeah, I'm leaving. She was like, he seemed like he more into you, so you could stay with him. I'm like, excuse me? I didn't say excuse me, but I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, what you mean you leaving? I'm like, so you ready to go? She was like, yes, I'm leaving. She was like, I'm leaving, and he could take you home since he is so into you and this and that. And y'all, I'm weirdest thing ever. Like she just flipped. She was like, he can take you home. So red light is just sitting there. He was like, you know how sometimes guys just be like, damn, that's green, but they also don't be wanting to get into the middle of women's business. That's kind of how red light was looking. So she was like, I'm leaving. And I didn't think Allie was gonna leave me. So I sat on the bed and waited till she finished getting her stuff together because I'm like, she is not gonna leave me. So I'm sitting on the bed, child. Allie grabbed her purse, her keys, and she started walking to the front of the door. She went outside the door. So I sat there because I'm like, if Allie leaves me, I say you low down dirty bastard, you heifer, like you is so evil. I was thinking in my head, I didn't get up and follow her because I'm like, she's not gonna leave me. She would never do that to me. Like she wouldn't leave me here with this guy. She would not do that. Child, I heard the car crank up. And I walked to the door. I walked to the door because I'm like, oh, she ain't playing. So I walked to the door. Tell me why Allie had done whooped it up out of that parking lot and gone down the street and left me. She left me. I was so heartbroken, y'all. I was so heartbroken. Half of my heart was heartbroken and the other half was just scared because now I'm in this damn motel room with this guy named Red Light that I don't even know. So Red Light, y'all, thank God. Like I always say, don't be like me, be better than me. I should have just got my stuff and probably quit the bus home or called me a cab. But Red Light, of course, he was there. He seen everything that happened. He was there. So he was like, yo, like, I don't know what just happened. Like, I don't know what you and Allie have going on. What she just did was messed up. He was like, where you stay at? And I told him where I stayed at. And he, like, the street or whatever, what area. He was like, oh, I don't stay far from that area anyway. Like, of course I'm going to take you home. Like, come on, get your stuff together. And I was like, so where your friends at? He was like, oh, they'll be all right. They'll be all right. They got the room key. This, and that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get in the car with Red Light. And he started taking me home. So on the way taking me home, she didn't call me. Y'all, Allie didn't call me. She didn't text me. Y'all, Allie didn't reach out to me at all. Like none that night. So while Red Light is taking me home, we're talking a little bit, and he was like, yeah. He was like, you pretty and stuff like that. He was like, I know her for years, but I ain't on that with her. Like, she cool people, but that she's not really someone that I want to date or whatever. Like, and he was like, she came on a little strong, I really want to talk to you and stuff like that. And I don't know why she flipped like that. Like, me and Red Light kind of talked about it, and he was like, yeah. He was like, I'm not gonna do nothing to you, man. Like, he was like, what happened, what she did was messed up. So we got to my house. Now, I stayed in like some duplex, all kind of stuff. You couldn't really see my door. So he dropped me to the street, and I thank Red Light. I'm like, yo, thank you, Red Light, And he was like, good, he was like, make it in the house safe and sorry about tonight, And y'all, the situation, I never spoke to Red Light ever again. Like, we didn't exchange numbers or anything like that. Like, he was older than I was. Just like I told you, Allie was older than me, like almost 8 years older than me. So he was a very cool guy. He took me home, and that was that. Allie didn't check up on me. She didn't text me, y'all. That hurt my feelings a lot, but it is what it is. Um, she's very dear to my heart because she's very close to me. She's close, but she's not close to me. You know, we get along, but then we don't get along most of the time. And it's like we start hanging out, but then we stop hanging out. I don't know what it is about the relationship. I really don't know. I feel like when it comes to men in our relationship, it's always a problem on her part. If you get my drift, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, keep that over there. And so I did change, the name of Allie in the relationship, because I care about her a little bit, and but I just have to get that out there. Um, um, don't start no. It won't be no. Period. But I just had to get that story time up out of me, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it. That would be the end of the story time. But let's just say we did hang up. We did hang out many, 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 many more times after that because she's close to me in my life. And yeah, y'all, go ahead and subscribe, like my video. Please leave a comment, and just hit your notification bells because when I drop, it'll come down your page, and then you can click on me, and then we could do what it do. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, and peace.